Hello there and welcome to Rounding Numbers. So we round numbers to make them easier to work with. So let's have a look at one example. So rounding to the nearest 10, look at the ones in the digit. So here we have 60 and here we have 70. Now we need to round 65. Now because 65 is exactly halfway, we will round it up. So 65, 66, 67, 68, 69 will all round up to the nearest 70 because we're rounding to the nearest tens. Any number that's 64 or 63 or 62 or 61 to the nearest 10 will always round down to 60. The same thing applies to rounding if you're rounding to the nearest 100. So rounding to the nearest 100, look at the tens digit. So here we've got 200 and we've got 300. So the number that's exactly halfway between 200 and 300 is 250. Now, if you were to round 250 to the nearest 100, we will round it up all the way to 300. If any of these numbers will always round up to the nearest 100 to 300. So if it's 260, it will round up to 300. If it's 270, it will round up to 300. 280 and 290 will always round up to 300. But anything less than 250 will round down to the nearest 100 to 200. So 240, 230, 220, and 210 will all round down to 200. Let me give you some examples now so this makes a little bit more sense going forwards. Okay, so let's round the number 845. So let's just write this down very quickly so we can then come up with a solution to this. Okay, so 845 is our number. Now we're rounding this to the nearest hundreds, So we have 800 and we have 900. And then we have obviously this scale that comes all the way here. Now halfway, exactly halfway, is 850. Now, if we were to look at 845, now we know that 845 will come just here, just around about there. So it's less than 850. So 845 will round down to 800. It will round down to 800. So 845 as our question will round down to 800 as our answer. Let's try another question. Let's try 72 as our main number. Now we know that 70 is a number at the beginning of the tens and 80 is a number at the end of our tens. Right in the middle of 70 and 80, halfway, we have 75. So 72 will be around about here. That's where 72 will go, roughly speaking. That means, do we round 72 up or down? So we round it down because it's closer to 70. So our answer in this case, rounding 72 to the nearest tens, is going to be 70 as our answer. Okay? So try your best with these questions. We'll round these up and follow through and go through all the questions in much more detail in our next lesson. Good luck with these. Thank you.